Hi homeowners, happy April. So today it's March 30th. This is your video newsletter for April. Let's start with the positive side. We are down to only 3% vacancy, and we do a lot of marketing. We update you every week if you have a vacant home. In that 3%, we have several houses that were waiting on you, the landlord, because some landlords choose to get their homes ready themselves, and it's taking them a little bit longer than if we did it for you, because we have access to vendors and get things done quicker than you doing it yourself. But we have to respect those choices. We had several properties rented, and we're starting to post the properties that are being leased just so that you know that the market is starting to move. So with that said, again, this is a personal opinion of mine, which other people may not agree. If you don't have to sell, hold on to your property. I think, of course, we know that the interest rates affect how the market moves. Spring is always a busy time for sellers and buyers, but it still is a buyer's market. And let me give you a little bit of the numbers. On this video, at the end of the video, I'm going to attach some of the numbers, and we also have shared on your portal if it interests you to know about the economy and the actual full report. But right now, for the last month, these are numbers ending in February, since March numbers are not out yet, we sold in Las Vegas 1,614 homes. That still means that the market is 9.4% down, and the median price at that time was $481,995. I'm only looking at single family homes. There is another huge number for condos. Then we have 6,131 available homes for sale right now, which is equivalent to 3.8, almost 4 months of inventory out there. That is why it is a buyer's market. So if you're in the market to grow your portfolio, this is the time. Let's talk about properties for rent, since that's what affects you directly right now. The last month, there were 1,959 homes that leased in Las Vegas, and that is in all over town: Henderson, North Las Vegas, and single family homes of all sizes. We had 1,687 homes come on the market last month, and today we have 1,954 single family homes available in the market. So that gives you an idea of the competition out there. And of course, keep in mind that it's tax season. A lot of tenants receive refunds, and this is their opportunity to purchase their home before rates go up. We don't have a magic ball, but according to some of my lenders, they expect the rates to go up again. It all has to do with the war and what's happening in our economy. Let's talk about the preview of summer. So we had a preview in this last week. We were in the high 90s, 100-degree weather in March, which is springtime. And today we are in the low 70s. Isn't this crazy weather in Vegas? But anyways, let's talk about what happened. So we had a lot of you that allowed us to do tune-ups on your properties, and what has come back, and of course, if that's one of your properties, we will let you know. A lot of units are 10 years and up to 20 years old. So when you have a unit that it's that old, I want you to budget, because we're gonna end up replacing that unit. You can only fix it so much. And if you have a home warranty, they're gonna try to continue to fix it and put a Band-Aid on it. But it's a good idea to start budgeting. It may make it this summer, but you're getting close. And the average price on an air conditioner, depending on the size, it's between $8,000 and $9,000. So we did service a lot of the properties, and yes, at this time, it's also another opportunity to check on air conditioning filters, because if we check them when we do your home inspections. With that said, let's talk about home inspections. Many landlords have different plans. We actually offer 3 different plans. And depending on the plan that you have is how many home inspections we do on your property and the cost of the home inspection. Why is there a cost? Well, the economy, the numbers, everybody's prices have gone up, including court fees, constable fees, locksmith, home inspections. But most important, it's because it's done by a professional home inspection. And the price that you're being charged, it's very minimal. If you purchase the house, which I know you have, and you did a home inspection, you know what a home inspection costs. And this is being done by a professional company, giving you their opinion on your property. Whether you decide to do something about it today when you get your report or not, it's okay. Unless it's a habitability issue, you don't have to, but it gives you an opportunity to plan of when do you want to sell this property and what should be looking at to prepare to sell your property, because a buyer most likely will do a home inspection and find similar things that our home inspectors do. And the home inspector that we use is House Masters. So they do home inspections not just for the rental properties, but for sales and buyers. With that said, this is our going into the 2nd month of our new software. We have encountered problems like, everything when it's new and transitioning. We're still getting some rejections on payments, and we're working with you if that is the case. And then also, if you had problems with your 1099, this is why it's so important that if you do make any changes to your name, to your address, to your Social Security, if you go from Social Security to tax ID or to trust, that you let us know and complete a W-9. Our CPAs submit all of these forms to the IRS, and the IRS being behind, we're starting to get rejections now, which means it will affect your filing. So we don't want that to happen. We want to be proactive, and we're asking always to make these changes by November to allow sufficient time for the CPA to submit and get back the response from the IRS. With that said, we do a lot of marketing. We want to get your property rented, because if we don't rent your property, we don't get paid. And help us out. This time, the spring time, we like to do our spring cleaning. And during spring cleaning, we ask you if you have any friends, family, or coworkers that are thinking of investing and they need a property manager, let them talk to us. We have 3 different plans. Most likely, we have a plan for them that fits their budget. And if they do sign with us, you and them receive a month of free management. It's our way of saying thank you. Well, let's hope that our summer it's better, that we don't encounter as many air conditioning issues as we did this last week, and that we can service you better. And how do you like our new vendor monitoring software? The intention is to keep you updated. And also, don't forget that we need your help when it comes to home warranties. I am willing to work with your home warranty, but in a lot of cases, it is a big problem. And I discussed this last month. Depending on your home warranty, we're gonna need you to call it in, because they won't allow us to do it. And we will need you to pay the co-payment, call it in, and give us the claim number so that we can take over and follow up and schedules with the tenants. Those home warranties were choice. AHS. And we had a few problems with Old Republic and First American in this last few days because of the co-payments being needed up front or the property not being found by their AI system. And of course, it only open 8 to 4 on the weekdays. So sometimes, depending on what the problem is, it might be more beneficial to bypass the home warranty unless you are replacing the unit. So let's take it one day at a time, and I'm sorry that we're going to have to be asking you for your help, but depending on the home warranty of your choice is if we need your help or not. We try to do things without having to bother you, but in some cases with air conditioners, time is of the essence because it starts costing you money. So happy April, and talk to you soon.